Photoshop Project 7 House Painting. This is still Stage 3 Part C. We are going to create a texture using a faux finish brush. Still working in our house file. I want you to hide everything except for the walls layer and bring the opacity on that back up to 100%. Control click on the thumbnail to select all of the pixels on that layer. And then select your brush. In the options, set your mode from behind to normal. Open up your brush picker and then choose the faux finish brushes from the options panel. Replace the current brushes rather than appending them. That keeps the list smaller, and it's not necessary to keep any changes that you made. Select the Stencil Sponge Wet preset. Make the brush large enough to cover the highest part of the fill in the walls layer. Change the foreground color to the Stucco 3 swatch, and then drag from left to right or right to left to paint the texture into the selected area. Deselect and save your file. Go back into your Layers panel and make all of the layers visible. Reduce the opacity of your walls until it's 50%. And for some reason my sketch did not come up, so let me get my sketch up. You're going to create a new layer and name it House Shadows. Drag that layer so that it's right below front trim. With your brush tool, set your foreground color to Doors 3 and use your brush picker to reset the brushes. And select Replace. Using the brush preset picker, choose the soft round brush and change the size to around 100 pixels. Change the brush opacity down to about 25%. The blending mode should be Multiply, and click the button to enable airbrush style build-up effects. Use the shadows in your sketch layer as a guide to paint the shadow strokes on the House Shadows layer. Because you're using airbrush mode, every time you apply a brush stroke, you're going to add more color. So use multiple strokes to build darker shadows. You can build up darker shadows this way without completely obscuring the color and the texture of the walls. Hide your sketch layer and see how you're doing. You can go back and forth, hiding that, and keep painting until you're satisfied with your results. When you're satisfied, you can go on and create another new layer. Name that layer Window Inside. Move that one below the window layer and you're going to fill the area below the window with black, and then make a selection. I'm going to use my magnetic lasso tool, and I'm going to make a selection that's going to fit behind that window. And I'm going to fill that with black. And I'm going to set the layer opacity down to 35%. I'm going to create another new layer and have it between window and window inside and name it Window Shadows. Selecting a brush, I'm going to pick up a soft round brush, take it down to about 20 pixels, about 50% hardness. I want a normal blending mode, 100% opacity, and take the flow down to approximately 25%. And now I'm going to paint in the lines that are behind. Oh, I forgot, I need to change my color to black. I'm probably going to take my brush down to even smaller. I'm going to go to a 10 pixel size. And on my Windows shadow, I'm going to follow all of the lines that we created. I'm going to make sure that all of my layers are now showing and turn my walls up to a complete 100% and deselect everything.